Good morning, folks. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at in the world. This is Snapzilla Gorilla. Welcome to the Definition of Anarchy. Today on July 7th, 2020, on my baby girl's birthday, 10 years old, I want to talk about Secoriea Turner and the tragedy that struck her this past weekend during a demonstration, or whatever the hell they want to call it, at near the Wendy's in Atlanta. She was murdered by a couple of idiots that decided that they wanted to fire indiscriminately into a vehicle because I guess they have this autonomous zone thing going on like they had in Chaz. And the mother of Secoriea was trying to get them home, okay? And these idiots didn't want her to go home. I don't know if they knew who they were. I don't know that. I don't know if they knew who Secoria's mother was. I don't know. I don't know if they recognized the vehicle, but they weren't trying to let anybody in without whatever the fuck. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking, but this was complete and utter bullshit. An 8-year-old child lost her life because what? Because Rayshard was killed near that in that Wendy's parking lot by the police under circumstances that I would say weren't necessarily murder. Okay? Look, you could say that he had his back to the cops when he was killed. You could say that, it was just a non-lethal taser. But the fact that you would listen, if even if the cops are in the wrong, even if they're messing with you and they're in the wrong, and you decide to put up a fight, well, you might be in the right for putting up a fight. You might be in the right. And guess what? If you survive it, more power to you. More power to you. And if you die, that cop should be punished. This whole idea that, even if the cops are right, if you die by the hands of cops, you shouldn't have resisted. No, that's nonsense, right? That's nonsense. But you got to understand what you're getting yourself into. You got to understand what you're getting yourself into. And hopefully you survive it or whatever. But anyway, I'm not really going to say that. I'm not going to say that Rayshard, whatever. Let's get beyond that, because I want to talk about Secoriea. Secoriea should not have died. That mother's vehicle should not have been shot into. I don't know what the hell's going on with this type of shit going on here. Like that 16-year-old boy in Chaz Chop and that 19-year-old boy in Chaz Chop died for the same reason. That's not how this is supposed to work when you have an autonomous zone. You're not just supposed to start shooting into vehicles indiscriminately because you feel like they shouldn't be going through. You shouldn't be doing that. If they're not presenting any type of threat, and if you don't know how to perceive a threat, then you need to go through some training and understand what a threat is. Otherwise, you're just trigger happy and you want some shit to go down. Now, whoever killed Secoriea, and let me tell you something, these people in this so-called autonomous zone in Atlanta by that Wendy's, they need to bring justice to those 2 cats that were shooting into that vehicle. I heard it was 2 cats. Period. This whole no snitching shit gotta stop. Now, if you don't want to snitch to the cops, then you need to handle it with a little bit of street justice. So, if you're in Atlanta and you know anything about what happened in Secoriea, if you know who the killers are, right? Not just one killer. It might have been one bullet that struck her, but both those cats was shooting into the car. They need to get justice, equal justice, summary justice. If you know who they are and you can prove it beyond a shadow of a doubt that it was them, guess what? It's incumbent upon you to handle their ass. You know, hey, you supposed to be in your autonomous zone, right? You ain't no cops, no this, no that. Well, I'll start building gallows if I was y'all. If y'all don't know what a gallows is a stand where you hang nooses, and you hang a motherfucker who did some wrong shit. Not slave nooses, you know. Understand this. Everybody was being hung by nooses back in the day, you know. Back in those days, back in the day when they did executions, not just black people. Black people were lynched, right? Indiscriminately and incorrectly. But when I'm talking about the people who were, like, say, found guilty of murder or stealing heads of cattle or whatever the fuck they were doing, they was hung from gallows. Public execution. What I'm saying is, when shit like this happens and we want to be taken seriously as a people, we have to start handling the business. When we kill children, when our people kill children for no fucking reason, whether it be by a stray bullet because you try to shoot somebody else or because you're shooting in the car indiscriminately, you don't know who's in there, you don't know what their intentions are. The people need to handle your monkey ass, period. And that's the solution. We need to stop this no snitching shit. We need to stop letting these cats get away with this shit. If people are in your neighborhood murdering people, and you know who they are, especially if they're murdering children. If they're killing each other, you know, that's a different part of the game, right? They handle each other. It shouldn't be like that. And that's why there are people working on stopping that type of violence, stopping that black on black crime, stopping the gang violence. But when children are involved, we need to step up as a community and say, look, your bullet killed this little kid. Now we're going to take your ass out in the street, tie you to a tree. Tie your ass to a tree. Make you hug that motherfucker. You want to be a tree hugger? Let's be a tree hugger for today. Tie your ass around the tree. Then let the people take care of you. Let the family of the child that you shot take care of you. So we can't, look, I'm not like these other cats that say that no one cares about black on black crime, or no one's in the neighborhood trying to stop it, no one's doing this, no one's doing that. But what I'm saying is, we need to step up a little bit more. You want to stop the violence in the neighborhood? Then the people need to take charge and show these people that we ain't gonna have this no more, right? It's harder in places like California, Chicago, because we can't open carry. There's all this gun control, and there's a reason for that. But maybe we need to start ignoring some of that shit. The gang members do. They carry. We want shit to stop in our neighborhood. The cops aren't going to do it. The cops aren't going to stop it. They're going to show up after the body's on the ground. If we want to put some shit to an end, then we need to take steps to make sure that we can do something about it. We need to go to our so-called city council leaders. We need to go to our governor and say, look, we want to help put an end to gang violence. And the best way we can do that is if we're trained and armed to deal with them until the police show up, because the police don't show up fast enough, especially in Compton. When I was growing up, 15, 20, 30 minute, hour, 2 hour response time. No. We need to take charge and put the power back in our hands. And those people in Atlanta that killed that little girl, they need to be taken care of immediately, ASAP. Summary. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not going to say the E word, but it's going to be summary. If I have anything to do with it. You understand? Summary. Like, no, you know what I mean? We know it was you. We got 800 witnesses. We got video. Because you know people were filming. So people had to be filming. We got video. We got this. We got that. We know it's you, pimping. Summary. Summary E needs to happen. That's how we improve. See, because when people see that, people are going to think twice before shooting into another car indiscriminately. You understand what I'm saying? People need to face the consequences for the shit they do. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. What do y'all think should happen? How do you think we should improve the violence in our, how do we do it? Do we let the cops take care of it when they show up 2-3 hours later? Or should we be able to take care of it? Should we be able to go to the so-called leaders within our communities, right? These elected officials, these so-called representatives, let them know, look, we're picking up our tools and using our tools to take care of business because y'all ain't doing it. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Rest in peace to Secoriea Turner. Much love to that child. You know, hopefully she, in the next life or in heaven or whatever you believe, she is smiling and playing and doing what she wants to do, being happy. But in this life, she was failed. She's failed by those people in Wendy's, the Wendy's, whatever, the autonomous zone bullshit. And she was failed by them, essentially. So, and shout out to those people, NFAC, the gun club, that showed up in force to march through Stone Mountain to push for what they wanted without violence and without just tearing shit down, but by doing it the right way. That's what we need to do. If those people, I can guarantee if those cats were at where Secoriea Turner got murdered, things would have been a little different. So, much love to y'all. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Peace out. Much love.